All right, hello everybody. We're live here at Suburban Showplace. We're joined with Craig. Craig from Extreme Metals. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for being part of our grand prize giveaway that we did, for having the contest. Thanks to our friends at MARVAC and Suburban Collection for giving us tickets to give away. And when I contacted you, you were right up on it. So as you can see, we've got an Extreme Metal right down in here. We tried to bring you live. I don't know what happened. You never popped up as on the
last time.
The last time, yeah. We were gonna bring it in to show some.
Close, and then
your name never showed up. You know why? I figured out we weren't friends yet, so I never saw you. So you never came into my thing as, there's Craig, let's add him to the show. So now we're friends. We got that part figured out. We're friends through Extreme Metal.
On Facebook.
We're having beers. Here's to you, man. Cheers. Thank you for everything you did to help support the show and obviously to help support your business as well.
Yeah.
Family-owned business.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been doing this?
Family-owned business forever, but this business for 8 years.
8 years.
Yep.
And as you saw, you've got that. The Michigan one that's in front of us there is a base plate for
patio style
stuff. And then this one here, which is actually our grand prize winners giveaway, is a Red Wing poke in the ground style. When you're camping, you can actually plug this one in.
Or in the yard, pop your beer in there.
Put your beer in there. You can hang your empty cans there. You can hang your grilling stuff on there. Anything you can hang. And then you also got ones that have scorekeepers on them. So when you're playing,
cornhole, all the
different games out there, you can use those to hold your drinks. They're fantastic products.
Good gifts. Yeah.
Handcrafted. You make them all.
I make them all powder coated.
Powder coated, painted. Do you do special order?
Yep, all custom I can.
So check them out on Facebook at Extreme Metals, and you can find them on there. It's all caps on Facebook. There's a lot of Extreme Metal on Facebook, but if you type it in, all in caps.
One word, all caps.
All one word, all caps.
Or beersticks.com, that works.
And what?
Beersticks.com.
Their website, beersticks.com. Yep. Excellent. So, you guys having fun at the show? You've been here since Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. 5 days?
Could be 2 weeks. I'm not sure, but it's a long haul.
Could be 2 weeks.
But we're making it through. We got 2 more days to go. So
2 more days to. Oh, one more tomorrow.
Today's
today. Well,
yeah.
You're not
today
counting
goes
today
until 9 o'clock. So. Yeah.
Oh man, that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So. We can't. We can't thank you enough. He started off the show with us here, but we want to take an opportunity to thank all of our sponsors for this show. Obviously, we want to start with MARVAC for bringing us back and getting us the tickets and the broadcast space and everything. We want to thank Craig at Extreme Metals, Joe from Illumilites. Joe, here it is. We had a problem with it. It fell off the cart, so she doesn't look right. So we're gonna have you fix it. We got our Air Ups Arch broadcasting in here today. If you saw earlier in our pictures, you don't have to pan up on that. But we have our Air Ups Arch here, which we couldn't do last time. But so our sponsors at Air Ups, thank you. We got that going. Dan Cheney at Lasco Ford, and then the Scented Bean. Oh, and Buzz Tees, our official uniform suppliers. So they give us these great shirts, and you can go to CampTalkLiveGear.com to get your official Camp Talk Live gear swag. And, like we talked about in our last broadcast, this stuff doesn't make us rich. We get a percentage. It helps us travel and do more of these shows. These shows cost money, don't they?
A little bit of money, yes.
A little bit of money. So,
for sure.
come on in and check that out, CampTalkLiveGear.com. Then we got the Scented Bean and Coffee Express Co. Coffee Express isn't on the banner yet, but we're still working with them. But the coffee scented candles here, guys. These things. Caramel macchiato. Check that one out there. Tell me that's not awesome.
It smells like coffee. That's
like
good
coffee.
stuff.
Do you drink macchiatos? Any of the Starbucks stuff? No?
No.
You're a regular coffee guy?
I'm no coffee guy.
You're a no coffee guy?
No, not a coffee guy.
No worries.
It smells good. Yep.
Yeah, it smells great. And when they're burning in your camper, they're 100% soy, 100% cotton, toxin-free candles. So visit them. You can visit them on Facebook at The Scented Bean on Facebook and Camp Talk Live 10 for your official 10% discount code off. So you can check those guys out there. So Craig, it's a busy show. We got a lot of guests coming on the show today. We want to thank you for taking the opportunity to come by and check out. Yeah, absolutely. Check out Extreme Metals on Facebook. Get your. You want to price those out for us real quick?
Yeah, for the show, the ground style, stick them in the ground. These bad boys are 40 for the show. Patio style are going to be 52 for the show.
52 for the show, and then what are they regular price?
$5 more.
$5 more.
Yeah.
Any
you gotta pay for shipping or
any discount? Any discounts if they mention Camp Talk Live?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Show
Bring
prices?
it in. Yep. We'll give you a discount.
Do show prices
Or
for
bring me
a couple
beer,
weeks
you
after
know?
the show?
Yeah. Sure.
So you get show prices for a couple weeks after the show. I kind of put you on the spot on that.
That's all right. Hit me up. We don't care.
Right. So thank you so much for coming by, and we're going to have our next guest here in just a moment. We'll be right back.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, we're now joined with Greg from GR Innovations. Greg, thanks for joining us.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too. So you guys are a family-owned business.
Yep, family-owned business. We do everything in Michigan. We build plastic injection molds. All our products are molded here in Michigan, not in China. Everything's done here.
And where are you located out of?
We're out of Lapeer.
Lapeer, Michigan. So nice and close. Check them out at GR Innovations on Facebook. And then what's your website? Do you have a website as well?
Our website's plugsaverrv.com.
plugsaverrv.com. Excellent. But obviously we're Facebook platform, so we like to do everything on Facebook,
Yep.
and that's
No, I
the
understand.
best way for us, so we can tag you and share you later. I came by your booth. I'm checking out all the vendors here at the show. You guys have got some really cool stuff. So why don't you start off by telling us what these cool little plastic things are?
Okay, these actually hang from your hitch to keep your safety chains up off the ground so they don't drag on the ground. Spark, cause fires, wear your chains down, anything like that. And you don't have to twist them. These things will just hold it up just enough that it'll take care of what you need.
Right, and they hang right off of your...
Right off your hitch.
You got pictures, obviously, on your
Yep,
Facebook
yep.
page. So, like, this one hangs off of your...
That's actually your weight distribution.
Your weight distribution one. That's the big one here. So it hangs over the weight distribution hitch, holds your chains nice and close.
Yep.
How does it do when it's turning?
They'll flex around. They're
flex
pretty
around.
flexible. It will hold up to about 15 pounds, which your chains will never be that heavy.
Right. Now, the thing that really caught my eye is this guy here.
This is our chain saver that goes around your tongue jack. It holds all your safety chains when you're not in tow.
You clip them right. You hold your
Yep.
safety chains right on here, so they're not hanging on the ground. But I think the best thing I saw, Greg, you hang your power cord right here,
Straight up.
and you put a cap on it.
Yep, and you won't get water,
You
dirt,
put a cap
anything
on
in
it.
there.
He's giving me this one, so when I get home, I'm going to put that on my cap. I'm
Yep,
just
you
kidding.
can have it. It's all yours.
Oh, I appreciate it. I was actually joking, but that's something that's definitely worth the investment. You put this cap on your plug, and it keeps your plug airtight dry. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
What's nice
keeps it dry.
What's nice about it is if you ever get we get mud daubers that build nests inside of them, spider webs, corrosion. You put a little dielectric grease in there too, and it keeps everything nice and good.
Nice and
I've
good.
had mine on for 4 years now.
And this is
Never had trouble with
a
the
plastic
lights.
with a metal backing.
Yep. Basically, it's a glass-filled nylon that we use basically with airbag doors. It's the same grade.
Okay. How does this do in cold weather?
Does real good.
So if I bang it in cold weather and I'm hooking
You
it,
won't have no problems with it. It's
Excellent.
just like what's in the car.
okay,
It's the same kind of material.
excellent.
We
These are really cool.
do make an aluminum one too. A little more high end.
A little bit more high end.
Yep.
And all this stuff is available at plugsaverrv.com
Yep.
and GR Innovations on Facebook. How you guys enjoying the show? Is this your first show?
First
you said?
show.
So you guys are just starting a new business, which is really great because we love to help people start a business.
Yeah, it's
The show isn't a business, but it's something we enjoy doing as broadcasters. So
It is. It's been a fun time. We did 2 trailer rallies, and that was we're like, hey, let's do a show. And it's like this is close to home, and
you should contact our friends over at Showspan and come out to Grand Rapids in January and do the show out there.
a couple people said the same thing.
Yeah, my buddy over at. I'll get you some contact information
sounds
afterwards,
good.
so we get
Sounds good. Thank you.
we'll get you out there with our friends at Showspan, because I think we're going to try and do that again this year, and get out there in January, keep the show going.
Do I get to come back on Facebook with you again?
Yeah,
If I
you'll
go
be.
out there?
We'll,
that'd be
we'll,
awesome.
we'll be there. We'll do it. You know, we're broadcasting from these shows. You know, what we're doing is we're bringing the people stuff that's new and innovative in RVs. Unfortunately, guys, you know, we can't do anything for the tent campers because there's nothing here for tents. I hear they do that at the outdoor show. They do have actually some tent campers here, but you know, it's the last show of the year.
Yeah.
Next year in February, when we're back here, I think we'll be back in February. I can't see any reason why season 1 should end here.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're going to carry on to season 2 for sure, and what we'll do is you know, we'll bring you all that stuff then. I mean, there's so much cool stuff here. There was so much cool stuff that we missed back in February that I was hoping somebody was here.
Yeah.
You know, there's some great stuff for your chemical toilets and all that stuff. And
What's cool is you see everybody that comes up with ideas. You know,
Right.
That's you see how much ingenuity that people come up with the problems that they have.
right, there was a guy here that had some great stuff for their canopies, so it was really cool. So.
Yep.
All right, Greg. Well, hey, again, Greg at GR Innovations.
Nice meeting you, and
Yeah,
thanks a
thanks for
lot.
coming on, and we'll be back with our next guest in just a moment.
Thanks.
For trouble.
All right, we got our next guest here, Joe Agner from
Lloyd Bridges Travel Land.
In stereo. Jinx, you owe me a Coke or another beer.
Okay.
So, Joe, the reason we brought you on is Camp Talk Live's been watching what you guys are doing over there in Chelsea.
Okay.
Been very impressed, so I approached your guys over there to find out exactly what you're doing, and wanted to bring you guys on the show. You guys been doing some exciting stuff this summer.
Yeah, we have a road show that we have, and it covers several of our different cities, a couple different counties. We bring our popular brands, because we have the number 1 and number 2 best sellers right now. We bring those down to our road show and give people an opportunity to see what we have outside of the store. Makes it easier for them to come somewhere that's a little bit closer, a little more comfortable for them, instead of coming down to our store where it can be a little overwhelming to look at everything that we have. So we bring 30, 40 pieces down, give an opportunity to take a look at it.
And for example, what type of locations have you been visiting?
Well, we've got one in Adrian. It's at the Sears parking lot. We have one in Jackson that's at the Sears parking lot. And then the Tinker Outlet in Howell, which has been really, really nice. We stay there over a week, 2 weekends in a row. During the week, we have somebody there so that people can come in at their leisure and look at our campers and get an idea of what they want.
Excellent, excellent. I thought that was really cool. We're going to be talking with your people to put our people together. Hopefully, we'll be working together next year and broadcasting live from those events.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it would really be good. We'll bring our, because then it gives people the opportunity to have Camper Show year round. I think we're going to be bringing some of our vendor friends with us as well. So I think that'll be nice. So it's going to offer people a little bit more. When Camp Talk Live is there, not only will we be serving Coffee Express coffee, we'll have that brewing up right over there, and we'll have our popcorn machine going, so we can serve popcorn.
See, in a couple weeks, we're going to have another one of our, well, it's actually going to be the last one for the year.
Yep.
And coffee would be really nice because it gets a little cool in
Gets a little
October,
chilly,
so-
yeah. Maybe we could do our last live show from there. I'll talk to Matt and see what he thinks about doing that. And
I think that would be awesome.
We'll come out and do one there. So where's that one going to be?
I think it's in Adrian. I'm not sure. It's either going to be Adrian or Jackson. They just haven't set the dates, so we're not sure which one it is yet.
We'll have to see if that doesn't coincide. I've got some camping weekends coming up, so I'm taking the boys camping, taking me and my boys.
Right on.
No wife. We're leaving mom at home, give her a weekend home alone with the girls and some wine.
Boys got to have a weekend.
Boys got to have a
Boys
weekend.
gotta have
So,
a
yeah,
weekend.
I'm going to take the boys out. We'll take the bikes, and we'll have a lot of fun doing that. So let's talk about pricing real quick and the fees that come associated with your guys' pricing. Obviously, it's Michigan's 6% sales tax on the sale.
Yep.
What do you guys do for the fees so people aren't surprised when they walk in and you say, oh, yeah, we want this trailer's at $19,500 and then you're at $26,000 when you're done, so people aren't surprised?
Well, if you're going in at 19.5 and coming out at 26, you're doing something wrong.
That's what I thought.
We have fees, all right?
Everybody does.
Most people do. But ours are nominal. We put them to the point where what we get charged, we charge you guys.
Right.
Okay? We have guys that work hourly and they go through your trailers, make sure everything's working, and we have to pay them.
Right.
So the money that we charge you on our fees is what they get paid. Now, we pay for a battery, we pay for propane. A lot of people are under the misconception that campers come to every lot with a battery and propane on it. They
Right.
don't.
No.
Sometimes campers will sit on a lot for 2, 3, 4 months.
Right.
And if they came from the factory with a battery on it, it would
Battery
be dead
be
by
dead.
the time you buy it. So
Exactly.
We don't have
That's-
batteries and propanes.
That's a huge thing that most people don't understand, that when those trailers are rolling, from Indiana,
Yep.
which doesn't seem close, and it's weird, it's they're that close to where we are.
Yeah.
So that's a big misconception. People think it comes with that stuff. You guys put that on there. So those tanks cost money, the propane costs money, the battery costs money, and you because you buy them in bulk. Is there a discount on that? Is there any price reduction on any of that?
Because we do buy them in bulk, we do transfer that savings over to our customers.
Excellent.
We don't listen. We're here to get you guys camping, put you out as cheap as possible, but give you the best quality that we have. So we pay for things, you pay for things.
And obviously, you guys got to make money in the process. That's how business works.
Got to make money. You can't take a loss on everything.
No, you can't. But so we're really excited. I mean, I think we're going to try get with me. We'll get with Matt and you guys, and we'll figure out when that next broadcast is. We've got at least one more show we want to do this year before November was going to end our season. So I know I'm camping the 8th and 9th, which is the first full week of November, and then I'm shutting the camper down.
Okay.
Winterize it and getting her ready for next year. So we want to encourage people to come out and check you guys out. I've been impressed. I like what you guys do. Your guy Mike over there. What was Mike's last name again?
Grisham.
He did a lot for me last year before we settled with a different dealer.
Different route.
We went a different route. Yep.
Different route.
And they've gone a different route with us right now. So, we're seeking a new primary RV sponsorship dealer. So, who knows? That could work out too.
What's really great about Lloyd Bridges Travel Land is it's a family-owned business.
That was important to us.
Small town. We're big enough to deal, but small enough to care. You're not just a customer. You're part of our family when you come into our store. Our sales people get to know our customers. You become part of the family. Again,
And it doesn't end after the sale.
Not after the sale. All of my customers, if you look, you got my card in front of you. My
Yep.
cell phone's on there. My customers call me all the time. They tell me hi. They ask me little things. And it's important that you know that after the sale, you don't get pushed to the side. You're part of the family. You need something, you call us.
Mike treated me that way, so I was very, very happy with how that worked out.
It's good. I'm
so
glad to
that
hear
was
that.
good, and he did everything he could to the end, and then when we went the different way, it worked out for me personally, which is great. We want that to happen for everybody. So whether it's, you guys do what you can, if you can at the end, they're going to be pleased with that experience, and
Absolutely.
that's what's important, whether they buy from you or not. So that's, and that's the most important thing. You're not just a number to them.
Right.
Part of the
being
family.
part of the family, as a family group itself, even you and your sons, you want to teach them, you want to educate them. And that's kind of the way we look at things, is if we educate our customers, they become educated buyers.
Exactly.
And if you become an educated buyer, we did our job.
There you
And
go.
it makes a good rapport down the road.
Even if you don't sell, so that's the best part,
Even
and that's
if you don't
what
sell.
Mike did for me. He's like, Jeff, I know you want this trailer, your truck can't handle it.
That's important.
Yeah, because
there's so many dealers out there that will sell you something that's too big for your truck. Lloyd Bridges Travel Land does not do that.
Well, I believe a lot
first.
of them now can't for legality reasons, but those that do will have you sign a waiver.
Yep.
But it still leaves them open for legal things in the end because
Safety is most important.
Exactly.
Education and safety.
And that's part of our next segment coming up here. More Rides is hanging over here in the wind, Brendan. And we're going to be talking about some upgrades to make your camper just a little bit more safer.
Sure.
And steps and all the good stuff. So, Joe, thank you so much for coming by and chatting with us.
My
we look
pleasure,
forward
Jeff.
to dealing with you guys more in the future.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
We have an expansion store coming open.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
That's
The
all right,
big
I didn't-
surprise. Camp Talk Live exclusive here.
We're excited about it. It's going to be open soon. It's an additional lot about 4 minutes down the road from us.
Right off
So
of I-94.
All of our inventory will be open and ready to look at. So when you come in and you say, I want this one.
In the spring.
I have 3, 4 to look at. You can pick exactly which one you're taking, and you'll know what it looks like when you take it home.
There you go.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Awesome, yeah. Well, hopefully they can do that and keep the road shows going and expand your road shows to other...
We're getting there. We're talking. We're doing some talks about expanding the road show down towards like the Belleville area.
Yep, that would
which
be
will help.
awesome.
Awesome, it is, because there's people in Wayne County that like to camp too.
You know what? And because of where I'm at in Farmington Hills, I'd like to see you guys say, we'll talk with our friends over at Meyer and maybe we can get you guys in one
That
of their
would be
lots.
awesome.
Get you over right off at 275 there, and actually I think that's Northville's, but it's right down the street from the house. It's a big open lot. I couldn't see a problem with that. Maybe we can work something out and get you guys just a little bit closer to the metro area.
Which would help us out.
Because honestly, people are creatures of habit. They don't like driving out of their way for something.
Sure.
They're gonna go to somebody who might not give them the best experience close to home, but will still, if you bring that experience from Chelsea to say Northville, we can, it gives you guys the ability to expand your reach without having to build a store for multiple
Share the
locations.
vibe. Share the vibe. Share the vibe.
And then everybody catches the vapors for Lloyd Bridges Travel Inn. They fall in love, and that's an old 90s rap. Remember the vapors?
Yep.
My buddy Kevin told me that. When you feel something, you feel love for something, you're catching the vapors. So that's
the
that old
vibe.
school. Catching the vibe, man. Joe, thanks for coming in.
No problem, Jeff.
And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. And we'll be right back with our next guest.
All right, man.
Thanks. All right, and we're joined now by Brendan from More Ride. Brendan, thanks for coming by and visiting us.
Thanks for having me.
We met you back in, we did a little segment in February.
Sure did.
Our first show here. And now we're back, and I've gotten to learn a lot more about More Ride and all the stuff that you guys actually do. So one of the things I brought you on to talk about today is the suspension upgrades that you guys can do. My travel trailer, I'm noticing a lot of twisting in the tires when I'm looking in the mirrors, and the stuff that you guys can do to help that. Not only that, but make the ride more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
So we're going to dive right into the suspension subject on there. You guys can check them out at More Ride on Facebook, and you can go through all their pictures, all their videos. For your average travel trailer, Brendan, we're looking at the CRE 3000.
Yes, correct. Yeah, that's going to be kind of our base level upgrade. Most of the travel trailers and fifth wheels on the market just have what's called a steel equalizer that sits between the leaf springs, so it rocks back and forth in that frame hanger and provides weight distribution across the axles.
Right.
But for most of those trailers, you're relying on just the leaf springs for all the suspension components. And the downside with that is that leaf springs are made of steel and they tend to be pretty stiff, so the small bumps and vibrations in the road don't get absorbed very well.
Right.
And then on top of that, when you hit a big bump and they flex all the way, flatten out, you get about 2 inches of vertical travel. We call that axle travel.
That's a lot of stress on the frame.
It is, absolutely. But you guys, once you reach that maximum travel, anything that hasn't been absorbed in that leaf spring goes right into the frame of the RV. So what the CRE 3000 does is we add a rubber spring to it that's going to soften the ride, because that rubber will start compressing before the metal leaf springs. So those smaller bumps and vibrations in the road get absorbed much, much better. And then it also adds another full inch of compression to it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're starting with 2 inches stock, it's a 50% increase. So that's a big difference on the performance of the suspension system.
My friend Dennis has a fifth wheel, and he just upgraded his to the big one for his, because he's got that bigger trailer.
Yeah.
So we also talked about something else that's going to help with that torquing. What exactly is that, and how does that work?
So what you're talking about is the frame hangers that the leaf springs and the equalizer are connected to are usually just welded right to the frame. There's not usually a lot of side-to-side reinforcement with those. They're very, very strong from an up-down standpoint, but on the side-to-side, there tends to be some minor flexing as you're going down the road. Most of the time that doesn't cause an issue, but when you take those really tight turns or you hit a bump just wrong, that can torque those things. And sometimes it torques enough where it doesn't come back. So it can actually twist your whole I-beam. I've seen where it's twisted hard enough it actually has just broken the welds and cracked off the frame.
Wow.
So what More Ride offers is called an X-Factor cross member. It's a steel bar that bolts to the inside of the frame hanger, goes across the underside of the trailer, and bolts to the frame hanger on the other side. So it reinforces that point and prevents that side-to-side twisting. It adds 94%.
So the tires will just turn that.
Exactly.
Okay, so it slides on the tires rather than on putting that torsion. And most of that happens during backing in. When you're getting to your site and you're backing in, you look in your mirror and you see your tires are, twisting or torquing or, however they're riding. It just doesn't look natural, and it never feels right. So,
absolutely.
that's, I spent a lot of money on my travel trailer. I want to do every possible investment upgrade that I can to increase its longevity, increase its ride capability, and just have an overall better ride.
And that's our goal with all this. These RVs are getting more and more expensive, and the roads are getting worse and worse.
Especially here in Michigan.
Yeah, especially in Michigan.
Actually, believe it or not, the roads in the UP were great.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, they can't salt up there because there's so much up there. So they use gravel. So at the end of the year, the roads are in great shape up there. But the minute you get down into the lower, I want to say the lower 48, into the lower Michigan, you start hitting those roads again. Wow. You know, and you get those. You're cooking around at 65, 70 miles an hour. That suspension. If you guys go to MARVAC, you can see the videos right on Facebook of how the trailers actually interact with those increased upgrades to your axles. Yep. So we'll be talking about that. I think we're going to try and add you guys as a sponsor as well.
Yeah,
I think that would be great. So we can help spread the word. And we were just talking with Lloyd Bridges, so we're going to be doing maybe some road shows with him in the future.
Very cool.
Maybe we can contact you guys and come out and do some of these weekend road shows.
Yeah.
You guys do that type of stuff?
Yeah, we do.
Excellent. Yep. So, obviously that's a chance for you guys to come out and push your product where it doesn't cost you anything to be there other than your time.
Yeah.
So those are cool features.
We're all about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these shows are obviously big things for you. So let's get into the comfort upgrades for your travel trailer. You guys are really huge into the step systems.
Yeah.
These are really good upgrades. Takes away from the bouncing and everything, that your fold-out steps do.
Exactly.
And tell us a little bit about those and how easy they are to install.
Yeah, so, with the steps, RV owners have been complaining for decades about the steps on their RV.
Right.
They tend to be really bouncy. There's a lot of flex to them. They're really steep. So this is comfort and safety with this upgrade because
absolutely.
I've talked to a lot of customers who have fallen off those steps and twisted an ankle or broken their wrist or something like that. So with our steps, it provides ground stability because we have legs that go all the way down and actually makes contact with the ground. So it eliminates that flexing and bouncing.
Right.
We also space out the steps themselves further apart horizontally. So it's a lot more similar to what a residential step would be. And they don't overlap anymore like what those factory steps do. If you look at those steps from the side, there's usually about an inch of overlap to it. And so it's really easy to catch your toe on the way up or miss the step on the way down.
My kids fall off of them all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're kids,
Yeah, they're not looking, as much where they're going and, they're going up and down faster. And, that happens a lot. So it's that safety and convenience aspect because
we'll have some pictures or you have pictures up on your Facebook page here if you want to check them out at Facebook.
Sure do. Yep. And it's a very easy retrofit. Installs with just a few screws, so most travel trailers have fifth wheels.
Easy to do at home by yourself?
Yeah, most customers do it themselves.
Excellent. And there are YouTube videos to show you as well?
Sure is.
You guys have videos for installation as well?
Definitely.
What else do you guys offer? And we talked about steps, we talked about suspension. Obviously, you guys do suspension upgrade or suspension and fifth wheel upgrades as well.
And that's sort of on the same line as suspension. It's not a true suspension upgrade, but MARVAC does an upgraded rubber pin box that does affect or improve the ride quality for fifth wheel owners. A very common complaint for folks who own the fifth wheels is there's a lot of chucking and jerking that usually gets transferred from the trailer to the truck. So it makes for a really uncomfortable ride.
Yeah, you feel that. Especially if your tanks are full with water.
Oh, yeah.
It helps absorb that sloshing movements.
Exactly. Our pin box upgrade adds a rubber spring, so it's very similar to what we use on the suspension upgrades, but it now absorbs a lot of that chucking and jerking. So it really makes for a more comfortable ride for the folks in the truck.
Excellent. So like I said, guys, check them out at MARVAC. Is it MARVAC.com?
MARVAC.com.
MARVAC.com and then MARVAC, MORRYDE on Facebook. And check them out there. You guys get a hold of them any which way. Brendan, you know what? Let's talk real quick. I saw something that was really cool. For your fifth wheel, you guys sell a retractable, or it's a windable extension for your power cord.
Yeah.
So no more box with that heavy 50 amp service cable.
Absolutely.
It's got a slide out. It slides, so it'll slide out of one of your fifth wheel compartments. And you can put all your extra hose on that.
Yeah.
So hose.
It's actually two separate products we sell separately, but a lot of folks use them together. We have the sliding cargo trays that will go into that storage area underneath there and allow you to slide out your cargo towards you so you're not climbing in after everything. We make a variety of different sizes for those. And then we also make a cord reel that allows you to store that 50 or 30 amp cord a lot more conveniently. So instead of having to fight with that cord and try to coil it up and then get it into your compartment.
I wish my compartments were big enough for one of those, because I tell you what, I would put that in there with a heartbeat, because I got the length of the cord that comes with it, and then I got a 50-foot extension. And I got to coil it up, put it in the tote, and put it in the side box.
Yep.
Which brings me to another thing. I almost forgot about it. Once you put that MARVAC step in, you take out the steps that were there. and you guys make a storage box that goes underneath that.
That's exactly right. When we first developed the steps, customers were asking us what to do with their old steps, and our answer initially was, well, just leave them where they're at. They don't interfere.
Right.
But customers were actually requesting a bonus storage area, utilizing that space better because.
And I need that.
Yeah, the old steps are just dead weight on the RV and wasted space. So now you can take out those steps, and the storage box directly replaces it, bolts into the same hangers, and it gives you a perfect storage area for your wheel chocks.
And think about, and I want to bring that up real quick, think about that for your total weight capacity as well. So when you add stuff to these boxes, no matter what it is, just a thumbnail, remember that adds to your overall weight of your trailer as well. So does your product help with the increased weight of any, does it do anything with weight distribution or help with the capacity of the?
Unfortunately not, because a lot of that is actually limited to the actual framework of the RV. And we're not able to increase that.
Gotcha.
What we're doing is removing that road shock and helping protect the overall RV. So
Absolutely.
with these suspension upgrades, the best way to look at it is an investment in your trailer, because the more that road shock you can take out,
Right.
the longer the RV and all the components inside are going to last.
Excellent. So I think that was about all we wanted to cover today. So Brendan, thank you so much for coming by again. We're going to be in touch and getting you guys to join us a lot more and do a lot more in the future with Camp Talk Live. So thanks for coming by, and we'll be back in just a little bit with our winners from the grand prize giveaway for the MARVAC giveaway show. So we'll be right back.
Sounds great.
Okay, and joining us now is Janine. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You're our grand prize winner for our Facebook giveaway for the MARVAC show.
Yes.
And you're here. You got to come in an hour early. How was that experience?
It was a lot of fun. I got to not stand in line to go into the nice campers, and got to meet you.
No, thank you.
And walk through and learn a little bit about Camp Talk Live and the campers at MARVAC.
There you go. So, and you got to win. Actually, I think I showed it at the beginning of the show, but I'll show it again. Thanks to our friends over at Extreme Metals, they won one of their plug in the grounds.
Yes.
Greg likes the Red Wings, so he got Steve. I'm sorry, Greg's
from high school.
So many different names today. I apologize. Steve, and I did say it earlier, right, when I introduced him. So, from Extreme Metals, so that we thank them again for that. So that's what they won for that. We got that hanging out over there. So your show experience so far has been really good?
Yes. We love the show.
You love the show? Mm-hmm. And you're actually camping.
We are camping
right down the road.
Haas
Lake, right down the road, and took some time out to come visit. And
yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet there.
It's a very nice campground.
Mm-hmm.
They should be doing their Halloween stuff.
I think it was in September. I think
they do their Halloween stuff in
early.
September. Oh, okay.
I think yes.
Very nice. Steve, you having fun? Oh yeah. We just wanted to bring you on a little bit and say thank you for supporting the show.
This
it was great because all we're trying to do is get the show out there to the people, because it's a show by campers for campers. So we're just bringing you hopefully great information. We talked about a lot of stuff. You made a comment about the noisy campers and the people that are paying. People who are just obnoxious and don't understand camping etiquette. You listen to that in the podcast or on the show?
On the show.
On the show.
The show, yep. And we had just experienced that a few weeks enough to come up and introduce themselves to us, but I think that's to say, hey, we're having a party.
That happened to us.
Don't be mad at us.
Up in the UP, you're 9 hours from Lower Michigan. You're going to drive 9.5 hours to a U.S. Forest campground. You're expecting tranquility, peace and quiet. No. The minute they found out, we had the campground host pad, and we were staying on that site, which was a gorgeous site. Level, gravel, some grass.
Yeah.
And as soon as they found out we weren't the campground host, generators went on, music went up, beer was flowing like crazy.
They played their music and talked all night, till probably like 4 or 5 a.m.
Oh, wow. Yeah, sweet. Come on, guys. Let's knock that off.
The worst
Quiet
one was...
time is 10 o'clock.
Yeah, the worst one was where they played Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire all night. The same song on
I really can't fault them for playing Johnny Cash, but I mean...
but, at that time we had kids.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations,
this was awesome.
for winning the contest. And I mean, how simple was it?
Share, like,
Share like. It was
and follow the directions.
Share the pin. You know how many people shared the show and thought that was what they had to do. I mean, we appreciate them sharing the show, but it was shared the pin post, because the pin post helps you like our page.
Yes.
And that's the idea. Say, hey, Camp Talk Live, you can click right on the thumb, boom, it's right there, and the
Easy
more
peasy.
the bigger our audience is, the more we get to the people, and it helps us.
Good
Like I said,
information for campers.
absolutely. CampTalkLiveGear.com, you can check out and get the Camp Talk Live hoodies and all that
Yeah.
cool stuff too. So you guys can get yourself some swag. So thank you so much for
All
coming
right,
on
thank
again,
you.
and enjoy the rest of the show and enjoy your weekend camping.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, and we're back. We're doing got some horns going off over there. We're now joined by the lovely Cassandra Thompson from Farmers Insurance.
Hi.
How are you, Cassandra?
I'm very well. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. So you're our neighbor right here next to us in the booth.
Smack
so
dab right next to you.
right next to you. So we wanted to bring you on to talk a little
Of
bit
course.
about your RV insurance.
Yes. Well,
So-
let me introduce myself. I'm Cassandra with Farmers Insurance. I've been in insurance for 10 years, and I can tell you guys, it is the longest committed relationship I've ever been in. But today we're talking about RV insurance, and what most people think about is, hopefully it's not coming off your trailer hitch. Of course, you want to have coverage for things like the deer, the glass breakage, Lord forbid you break down on the side of the road. So we've got some really good packages, great pricing with one of the industry leaders, Foremost. And kind of the cool thing is we get to offer things like replacement cost. So when you finance that thing, you're not risking losing your arm and a leg. We're going to replace it with a brand new RV.
Right.
It's a cool.
I
opportunity.
just saw a video that was on Facebook from one of the Michigan. It was a fifth wheel with smoke pouring out of the bedroom area.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I think they saved. I don't know how much damage was done, but that's
Well,
destroy a trailer in minutes.
absolutely. And on top of it, you guys fill your trailers with stuff. So
Yes.
if you don't have coverage on your RV policy for your contents, you're going to end up filing a home insurance claim.
It works.
Yeah, well, it could, but then you've got two claims, one for the camper and one for the stuff. So I say let's throw it all on one policy, give you a decent price and a multi-policy credit, and get you taken care of.
All right. So speaking of that multi-discount line, we're gonna
course.
that was a question we talked to pre-show was, for example, I'm with Progressive now for over 10 years.
Absolutely.
So I get that loyalty, that loyalty discount,
Of course.
and I've been told it's hard to compete with that.
It can be, but it's so important to shop your rates because, prices are changing all the time depending on your carrier. So whether your claims fall off, we can offer additional discounts. You may have a better insurance score with us than you do with Progressive.
Right.
So definitely, worst case, you
How is
get
that
the
score?
numbers.
How is that score created and based?
It's an interesting one, and I'll tell you guys, they can't use it in California, but it's loosely based off some of your same credit factors. So things like how many claims, if you guys pay your bills on time, as well as, your age, location, etc.
Driving record.
Right, so that's why it's so hard to compare what you have with what your neighbor has. And the only way to really tell is to talk to someone who knows what they're talking about.
Right. So say I'm a customer, State Farm for 30 years.
Sure.
I
We
mean,
get a lot of them.
how do you compete with that? And that's a relationship that's hard to break. But at the end of the day, it's all about the right package, the amount of money you're going to save, and you're going to compete with that pricing.
Well, absolutely. And on top of it, we're going to give you a service that you really are not going to get anywhere else.
Seen it, covered it.
Absolutely, 110%.
That's probably one of my favorite.
Commercials?
Favorite commercials.
J.K. Simmons is phenomenal, I gotta say. As an actor, and I'll tell you, we got the cardboard cutout of him. He actually hangs out in our conference room, and he looks a little scary if you don't know what you're walking into, but we like him, so we'll keep him around. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, roof protection.
Yes.
You guys cover roofs, so
Absolutely.
if it starts to leak or anything.
Yep, and if you're familiar with the Southeast region, in the state, hail is coming, and it's about like this big.
Hail coverage, that's huge.
Absolutely.
Just west of here, you get a lot of hail coverage. The Brighton Howell area, the last
Highland,
couple of years,
yeah.
Highland, lots of hail damage to houses.
Yeah.
You're replacing siding, you're replacing roofs. That RV's just sitting out there getting pelted. Skylights, air conditioning units, vents, and the
Yeah.
roof itself.
Yeah.
So, that's all wrapped up in there, and that's covered.
Absolutely. You know, and on top of it, we actually include a matching coverage. So if you've got a very particular type of shingle, and I've seen it, some people will try and replace it with a different color, you know, or a different material, and it's just not covering the insured. So we're going to offer some of that limited matching coverage to make sure you're getting the same color shingle all across the roof.
Heads up, Andy. Guess who's coming by? Our furry friend. Smokey the Bear just came out. Yup, he's going to be coming by here in a
He's
minute.
one of our good friends. We actually offer a non-smoker discount too, so I'm sure he's familiar with it. Yeah.
Dude, look at you. Boom.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're definitely non-smokers in my household now since 06.
Congrats.
Tried and true. Yeah, it's the best part of my life.
Have you told your life insurance company yet? You get a better so if you,
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say you get a better rating if you used to smoke and now you don't.
Well,
What?
This girl can sell. That's awesome. So, they do not have name on the paper, right? One of my guys is trying to get into the show.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he's not on the list, huh?
There were tickets under Camp Talk Live, so he should have been able to get them. We'll get to you in a minute there, buddy. Yeah, I guess, Cassandra, are you on Facebook for an insurance?
I am absolutely on Facebook. I'm Cassandra L. Thompson, Farmers Insurance. I want to be transparent with you guys. I'm in the community. I'm online. I'm right here. My cell number is on my card.
Yeah.
Call me. I am here for this. This is my life.
That's, you know, we talked about earlier, it's that relationship you have with an agent, you know, that, like you said, even though Progressive gives me great rates, you know, they're not a sponsor of my show, so I can say I don't have a relationship with them. So having a relationship with an insurance agent was huge for me.
Of course.
Over 20 years with my State Farm agent before I left. And why? Because the pricing was better, and he couldn't compete.
Right.
You know, every month I went in and I saw John, and I gave him cash, or I wrote him a check, or I did whatever I had to do to pay my insurance that month. So we'll be in touch, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Cassandra, for coming
Thanks
over.
so much,
I know
Jeff.
you guys are going to be getting busy, so we'll be back here in a little bit with Chris Williams from Green Oaks Golf Course.
Thank you guys
Stand by.
very much.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, now we're joined with my friend Chris Williams. Chris, good to see you finally. Buddy.
Yeah, you too.
We've been trying to get together for almost a year now.
Yeah, we've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah, so he's from Green Oaks Golf Carts, right in South Lyon.
Yep, just off 23, a couple miles off 23. So.
And it's just south of 96. So
Yep.
You can't miss them. So, Chris, you do the aftermarket golf carts.
Right.
So for all the people that have toy haulers or have seasonal sites where the big campgrounds, the RV resort parks, you can do a nice customized golf cart. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, you have to watch it with a toy hauler because you can't do a lifted one. But we do anything from a standard golf cart with a back seat on it all the way up to a full-blown custom, anything you want, custom colors, custom seats, custom bodies. You name it, just about we can do it.
Yeah. Now, what do you mean you can't get them in a toy hauler with the lifted?
Because the height of the toy hauler,
A lot of them are huge. You should be able to get a lifted one in there.
if you have the bunk beds in there, then they'll hit the bunk beds. A standard one will fit right in underneath the bunk beds that go up to that go up and down.
I thought the bunk beds cleared the top of the door in most toy haulers.
They do, but still, a lifted one gets pretty tall. You don't realize
does
until
it?
you go to pull it in there. I had a toy hauler for a long time, and we could put a good standard one in there, and it would just clear underneath the bunk.
Okay.
So you can still do a nice custom one. Doesn't have to be lifted, and still get it in your toy hauler.
Are you guys on Facebook?
Yes, we have a Facebook page.
Green Oaks Golf
Carts.
Carts on Facebook.
Yep.
So you guys can find them on Facebook. Obviously, we're a Facebook show, so
Yep.
you know, social media is where it's at these days. But you can also you can go to Green Oaks Golf Cart, GreenOaksGolfCart.com.
You're close. GreenOakGolfCarts.com. There's no S in the middle. Everybody always wants to put an S in there.
Oh, damn it!
But it's GreenOakGolfCarts.com.
I've been saying Oaks this whole time.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's right.
It's been a crazy morning here.
It is.
It went from slow to extremely busy. And there's people walking around everywhere now.
Yeah,
so.
when I first got here, there was nobody here. Then all of a sudden, it just got packed.
I was here last night. It was a little slow. We came in to see where we're going to be broadcasting from here, right here on Vendors Row. So it was really cool. Make sure you guys come by and check out the show this weekend. It's really cool. So, and if you really want a cool, Chris, real quick, talk about about the insurance on these things, because you can't just buy a golf cart and take it to a campground.
Yeah, most campgrounds that I know of, you have to have insurance.
basically what you got to do is add it as a rider on your homeowner's policy. Just have it listed on there so you have liability insurance and show that to the campground and they'll accept it. Basically, it's so if a kid gets hurt or somebody steals your golf cart and somebody gets hurt on it, there's a liability to back you up so that you have coverage for the insurance.
And that's important for you to know because that's added expenses on top of the purchase of the golf cart, on top of the purchase of your trailer, your seasonal site. You need to add that added
it's
insurance.
Very, very cheap, though. I found that most insurance companies charge about $65 a year.
$65 a year?
Yep, right in that area.
Instead of driving around, you can hook it up. You put a hitch on it.
Right, you can put a hitch on it.
I watched somebody do that at our friends over at Greenwood Acres.
Right.
And you do their golf carts too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do. Well, I don't do the campground, but I do have people that camp there that we have over there. So.
Excellent. So you can hook your Blackwater, your honey wagon.
Oh, yeah, take it down and dump it. And
dump it, and you're good to go. We did that when we were out there for the meet and greet when we did it.
Right.
Everybody sees Chris on camera here. They're all coming by and waving.
Right.
So, well, it's real simple, guys. So go to Green Oak Golf Cart on Facebook and greenoakgolfcart.com. And
come get down there, check us out. We have gas and electric. We do primarily electric. A lot of campgrounds don't allow gas ones anymore. So for the campgrounds, most of them are electric.
Okay.
Not all campgrounds, but a lot of them are not allowing gas ones anymore because of the noise. You know, you got your quiet times after 9 o'clock and stuff. So people don't like the noise of the gas ones running back and forth, which makes sense. You're at a campground.
Can you quiet them more? I mean,
there's really nothing you can do to them.
No.
And they're not that noisy, but they do make noise. The gas ones are obviously a lot noisier than electric. When electric ones are dead silent, so you can drive them all night long, and people won't even know you're driving by.
Except for the music and lights.
Well, that too, yeah. Which we do put stereos in and fancy lights and all that too.
That is really cool. You got a golf cart down there right now. It's got a lot of cool lights on it. It's got music playing, and and that's fun. Now, you can't take those on the road, can you?
You can't. The state of Michigan used to have it where you could make them street legal. You had to have it inspected, then you could get a license plate for a slow electric vehicle. But they took that away a few years ago, and I hear there's talk of them bringing it back. But as of right now, I have not heard that they have done that yet. So,
yeah, check us out on Facebook, Camp Talk Live. It's a camping show for campers by campers. Beauty of live TV. There you go. Do it right now so you don't miss it.
Yeah.
The show will be uploaded here shortly. Internet problems today, so we're going to upload it afterwards.
Right.
Camp Talk Live on Facebook. No, it's just Camp Talk Live with gaps on it on Facebook. So, well, hopefully this show works out really well for you.
Yeah.
Have you sold any yet?
I have made some deals with a couple of campgrounds here that we already deal with, but they have come over and made some orders. And I do have a lot of interested people that are going to come this week and talk to us about building a custom one for them. They want to look through all the colors because we have 19 different colors you can choose from, literally hundreds of different seats you can choose from. So I do have some people from the show that want to come and take a look.
I want a lifted Jack Daniels.
We can do that.
The honey jack color.
We can do that. We can get it custom painted for you too. So
that's great. So, Chris, thanks so much for taking the time. We're going to let you get back to your booth, and we'll be right back.
Having me on here today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's finally great we could hook up. We'll be talking some more. We're going to bring you guys an official golf cart representative of Camp Talk Live.
There you go. Great.
Nobody else. So
thank you.
Have a great show. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
And we're joined by Gina from Trikaroo. Gina, thank you so much for coming over.
Absolutely.
Another one of our neighbor vendors that we had to have on the show because you've got some really cool products. So
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about Trikaroo.
So with Trikaroo, all of our products take two people. Trikaroo, it takes two. So we have, we're named after.
All right, we're joined with Gina from Trikaroo.
Hi, Jeff.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Sorry. A little bit of a tech delay there, but we're back. So we started talking. You guys are one of our neighbors here, so we decided to bring you on. Go ahead and tell us about the Trikaroo.
So Trikaroos are two-seater electric passenger vehicles. It's a cross between a golf cart, a mobility scooter, and a bicycle, and a kangaroo. Everything takes two.
Great catchphrase.
They go 16 to 18 miles an hour and 40 to 50 miles on a charge, depending on Which model?
How long do the charges take to recharge?
Usually anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, depending on the model.
Excellent, because you have different types of batteries as well?
Yes, we have sealed lead acid batteries as well as lithium batteries.
Lithium batteries, awesome. You get longer life on the lithium?
Yes, you get 4 to 5 years before you have to replace them. And,
nice.
And those are the models that go up to 50 miles on a charge.
And this is a family-owned business?
Yes, my family's been building tricycles for 50 years, from pedicabs, rickshaws, ice cream trikes. And I kind of took Mom's company and turned it on its head, added electric, took off the pedals, and
Really?
worked on getting it ADA compliant so you could actually drive them into buildings.
Nice. ADA, that's
American Disabilities Act.
Nice. So they're cool things you'd have around the campground.
Yes.
Obviously, you could take these into. You don't need the insurance for those, do you?
No, they don't have to be tagged or licensed. Can I show a picture? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. And you go to Trikaroo on Facebook and check that out as well, and all their photos are on there. But
So these are our models. So we have the Boomer X, which is two-seater, 2 separate seats. Our most popular model is the Flyer XL because it actually folds up to the size a little bit larger than a traditional suitcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that weigh?
It weighs 140 pounds, and that's the one that comes with a lithium battery.
Okay, so the lithium's a little heavier.
It's actually a little lighter. The sealed lead acid version of that is
that's right. That's
is
lithiums are
186 pounds. Yeah.
The battery is?
No, the entire trike.
Oh,
is
gotcha.
186 pounds.
Cool. Well, we only had a couple minutes here to get you on because you were swamped there a minute
Yes,
ago.
I was swamped. That's a good thing.
That's very good. So, real quick, let's go down the price range of
The price ranges. Our show special on our Wallaby, which is our newest model that we just introduced. It's a Wallaby. It's our smallest. The show special on that's $1,500 right now.
Okay.
And then our Flyer XL, which is our most popular, our show special on that's $2,500.
Okay.
And then we have our Boomer X, which is $39.95, right at $4,000. I'm a veteran, and we like to keep it real with all our vets. So
Nice.
we call it. We keep it 100. So we give $100 discounts to all veterans that buy one of our products.
Excellent. How long does that show price last? Somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I just heard about you on Camp Talk Live." Or the show price is still good. How long are you extending show prices?
It's usually 10 days after the show.
10 days after the show. Excellent. Well, there's people lining up over there, Gina. So thank you so much for coming
thank
by.
you so much, Jeff.
And it's Are you guys right here in?
We're actually in Newport Richey, Florida. So we came a long way up to introduce us to the Michigan area.
Oh wow! So welcome to the market. Check them out on Facebook at Trikaroo on Facebook. And what's your website?
It's trikaroo.com. TRIKAROO.com.
All the way up from the Sunshine State.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
We'll be right back with our next segment on winterizing.
All right.
All right. We're gonna bring Andy back in. Hey, Andy.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh man, what a crazy show, huh?
Oh, that's for sure.
I like this new style that we're doing for the live show. We get the people in, get them out, and it's working real nice for this broadcast.
I think it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, it's really well for this. So we're here at the MARVAC show. You guys got to meet some really cool guests. Lots of cool products. There were some here that we didn't.
Products on.
Yeah, lots of new products. The Trikaroo, that was really cool. It is a golf cart alternative.
It's something I haven't seen here before.
Yeah, it's different than your mobility scooters. Check them out on Facebook. They're really cool. They're right across from us here. They'll be here all weekend. Come over and see Gina. Tell her we said hi.
Right. Usually the mobility scooters, it's just the one person. These are you got 2 people capacity.
Yeah, it's the 2 people
or
capacity.
One
That's
person
what's really
and
cool.
some
It's
cargo.
The kangaroo thing. It takes 2. So thanks to her again for coming on. So real quick, we're gonna wrap up the show. It is October. We are getting to the end of the camping season. I think we talked earlier with Joe. We're gonna do probably one more, hopefully from the. It might be an outdoor show at one of their portable campgrounds from Lloyd Bridges. So we're excited about checking that out. Andy, we talked this week in show prep about getting all the stuff we need to do for winterizing the camper.
Right.
So we looked at some stuff online. We watched some videos.
Yep.
There's a lot of easy ways to do it. The biggest thing this year we talked about not using the antifreeze in the system, so blowing it out with air.
Right, or at least trying to limit the amount of antifreeze we're dumping into the system.
Right, so yeah, the antifreeze you're still going to want to use. You're still going to want to put in the...
You still need if you're going to use compressed air to blow out the system, you're still going to, before you do that, you're still going to have to dump all the water out of your freshwater tank. You're still going to have to take and flush out your gray tank, your black tank.
Mine has the low point drain, so that's all I do is I
Right.
drain that because it doesn't matter if it's a little puddle of water. If it's ice, it'll expand. It'll be fine in that large capacity
That's
tank.
why you have to drain that tank first. And then you have to also make sure your hot water tank's drained out. Those usually
My unit has two drains
either
on
has
that.
a drain
Has
or
a low point
has
drain.
an isolation to drain it.
Yep, 2 plugs on my tank.
And then you take and blow out the lines.
Right.
That's what the air compressor's for.
Exactly.
And you need to make sure if you're going to use an air compressor to blow out your lines, you have to make sure that it's a clean, dry air compressor.
Yep. You don't want to go. You don't want to go pumping oil.
Right. You don't want to go grab your 25-year-old air compressor out of your garage that you don't take care of.
Right.
That all it's used for is putting air in your car tires.
Yeah. Your standard compressor.
in a
Your
while.
standard compressors. You want to make sure you've got that filter between the air line and the compressor that's going to take the oil and water out before you go blowing it into the system.
Exactly. You need an air-water separator, oil-water separator. Something that'll get rid of any contaminants, any dirt, debris in it, because you don't want to be putting that crud right back into your system.
Right. So I'm looking at Amazon right now. You can get a blow plug that adapts to your airline. It screws into your fresh water supply. $538 with Prime. So I mean, these are great. You got some heavier duty ones on here with quick connects on them. You know, you got a plastic blowout plug here that you can. I don't know what you're hooking up to that, but it's simple. I would recommend the
filter or
brass.
something.
Yeah, the brass one here is it's $598. You put it in there. You blow all the water out of your system. You start at each individual faucet though. You got to my shower drain. I actually disconnect my shower hose, let that hang, let that empty, and then I'll blow the water out through the
Right,
main
you
system.
go through each faucet, you open the faucet, blow
Hot
that.
and cold.
Yep. You have to make sure you do both lines, both hot and cold.
Yep.
And I would suggest you take and go and do the cold side and go and do the hot side. One and then the other.
Right.
Because if you go and try mix and match them, you'll probably get confused.
Right. Do one side each at each faucet.
Well, I would go through and do all the cold lines, and then go through and do all the hot lines.
Right. Okay. That's fair
just
enough.
the
I
method
mean,
I would do.
And then do it again if you weren't 100% sure on how
You
to.
generally would have to do it a couple times to make sure you get all that water out of there.
Right. You've got enough out of it at that point. Any residue that's left, it's not going to. Well, I don't want to say it's not. It could pool up somewhere, and you got to be careful of it when you're blowing it out.
That's why you need to blow
Same
it out
principle.
several
and
times.
that way you're not dealing with the.
You're only going to have some small droplets of moisture left.
Right.
If it does happen to freeze, it's not going to be anything.
It's going to blow a line or break a faucet.
Right.
Exactly. And
The
that's
only place you're going to need to add the antifreeze is to your P-traps, into your toilet.
your
so
toilet,
that
your P-trap, and into your
the seal in it stays sealed.
Right.
And into your water system between.
The gray tank you actually want to drain and leave open.
Okay.
Most of the videos that I saw, you drain that, leave that valve open. That was actually new to me because obviously you don't need it in the tank because the tank is empty.
Right.
So you need it in your P-trap. You need it in your. Some people put it in their toilet for the seal.
Yep.
So it's that simple because my
Keeps
biggest
the seal hydrated.
Right, keeps the seal hydrated. Drying out your seals is a big thing, especially on the toilet. So, my buddy was telling me that's why I was thinking about skipping the RV antifreeze this year through the lines.
And you need some to help protect the water pump itself. You need to get some coolant into the water pump.
Okay, excellent point.
Or some antifreeze into the water pump. I'm used to calling it coolant from working
Well, no,
with
if you're
cars.
blowing it through the system, it's going to go through the water pump, so it's going to blow out the water pump. Right? Isn't that? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna put some coolant through my water pump.
It's a good idea to put some because you could have some residual water left inside that water pump.
Yeah, absolutely.
From everything I've seen,
I'm gonna dive a little bit more into that because I actually want to know more. So we'll do that.
From what I've seen, you can still have water left in that water pump, and that's not something I'd want to have to be messing with.
No, I'm having problems
Because
with mine
everything's
anyway.
crimped.
So if I got to put a new one in, that would be fine this year, because I was looking to do that anyway. We had an electrical issue this year. It's been a growing experience with this first new RV.
Murphy has not been kind to us.
Murphy's Law, no, it has not. Murphy didn't tell us the line we plugged in was 240, so burned out my inverter. But I also learned, how that system works and how it charges the batteries. And as a 5-wire replacement, took less than an hour. Cost me $186 from Amazon, which was great. It was on Amazon. That exact model, you were there when it happened. So first thing you did was look on Amazon, and there it was. So beautiful. I wish Amazon would sponsor us, because here I am looking at parts for campers, and they're all on Amazon.
As much as we buy from them.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap that up. So that was pretty much all we wanted to do.
And it's just a lot of winterizing it's the same thing as when you leave your house. It's you got to make sure your pipes aren't going to freeze.
Propane's off and disconnected.
Right. Pull the batteries out.
I like
got to make sure your roof's covered up.
Well, covered or not, keep the snow off of your roof. It doesn't matter. If you have it in your backyard, it's great. It's one thing. Some of you saw mine was covered last year. It will be again this year, so the snow never touched it.
But when it did get heavy snowfalls, they were up there.
Right, my mother-in-law's camper.
Snow off it.
And also set your camper to an angle when it's stored. You don't want it level, because if it's level, that water can pool up on the roof, especially with the ice, and it will find a way into your trailer. And that happened to my in-laws this year. By the time we got a chance to look at it, the water damage had come through, it had been done, and when they opened up the camper, it was basically destroyed.
Right, because most of the time you're not going in there over the winter. You're not going in there until
I watched mine like a baby. Every snowfall, I was pulling snow off of the covered roof to make sure that it lasted long. So
we were out there a couple of times. Back up.
The Snowmageddon or Windageddon or whatever it is, the winter
whatever
blast
you wanted to call it,
that came through last year was brutal. I mean, I had mine covered on the sides and roof, and it blew out every grommet on just about every part of that system. The only thing that survived was the frame and the walls. I'm gonna have to re-grommet the walls, but that's no big deal. So make sure you keep the
RV's looking good.
It is, and it's running good. The power system's better than ever, which is great. So, that new inverter, I'm charging over 13.6 on my battery and all my systems. So I actually put in a new USB. I have a USB in my front cabinet under my phone. I put it in there with a digital readout on the voltage. So I'll know what my voltage is when I'm plugged in and when I'm not plugged in. So I'll know when it's time to plug in and charge that battery now, other than the little push button thing that shows you your battery amperage with a
That was what I was
light.
thinking. That was an even better idea for that, other than just being able to see if it's charging.
Right.
Because
it'll tell you.
It's more the thing of when you have all your stuff plugged into the outlets.
Exactly.
And you're sitting there on the couch, and then
you just look around there. Oh yeah, we're
exactly
at 13.6. It's holding true, so that's good. So
you can just glance over and see how low the battery's getting.
Trickle charge your battery throughout the winter as well. Make sure you do it out in the garage, and then bring it. If you store it down in the basement like I do, I keep it off of the cement. Batteries and cement apparently do not work well together, so I keep mine on a block of wood.
That's an old wives' tale, but it's not necessarily a bad idea.
No, not at all. But I keep mine off the floor on a block of wood or on an elevated platform of some type. And I keep a trickle charger. I got 3 different deep cell batteries that I use throughout the year, because we do use them for rustic camping. I sleep with a fan. Like many Americans crippled with this disease, I'm a fan guy. So, I plug in an inverter to plug in my fan when I'm at a place with no power. So that works out well for me. And so I've got a lot of batteries to charge, and that's how I do it. So keep them trickle charged throughout the year. Keep the snow off the roof. Keep the water out. Cover the trailer. Make sure it's a breathable material. When you cover them with tarps, the trailers don't breathe. Right. Trailers need to breathe. That is a big hang-up and a misconception. You just cover it with a tarp, it's good. No, it's not, because it doesn't breathe. It doesn't allow the moisture in and out of that.
It doesn't let the moisture that's collecting underneath back out.
Exactly, and that can become a problem at the beginning of the year. So
you're gonna end up with a lot of mold and mildew issues.
Right.
It's about the only way to put it.
There's Darin walking around with Smokey let's go.
But with the batteries are a good one because they don't need to go on a charger as often as people think. I mean, you check them once a month. All it takes, you just go with your voltmeter, which everyone should have a voltmeter.
I bought one on our 2-week camping trip this year just to test that battery while I was rusty camping because, not only
Not
does
very
that
expensive, was it?
No, it was like $28, so it's $30 for a voltmeter. Because some people are under the conception that your refrigerator runs off of the propane. It also runs off the battery.
Right.
All the lights that run on the batteries drains the battery. The pumps,
the controls inside of
the
it,
controls all run off that battery. So you're thinking you're keeping your battery uses down to a minimum. And some trailers will and will not charge when it's not hooked up. It's a weird thing. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or whatever, but I only found that it was charging when it was grounded and hooked up to the truck. During that transit time, the batteries actually charged. When I plugged the truck up and plugged it in, it did not charge. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. That's one of those things we're going to look into and hopefully talk about on the next show. Why won't it charge when it's plugged in? Because it's supposed to work that way. I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know if it's because the camper's plugged in, or no, the camper's not plugged in when you're rusting. So you don't have to worry about that. Strike that, reverse that. So no, it not being plugged in isn't the issue. There's something else. I think it's a ground issue. Maybe it's just my specific trailer. I know the Chaco that we had, it didn't work that way. You just back up and plug it in. At least that's the way it was. My in-laws had it that way. And
that's why you need a multimeter and a wiring diagram.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, somebody climbed in one of the big rigs and found the horn.
Yep.
That probably scared the bejesus out of some people.
Whoever was in it and whoever was standing in front of it.
Right. So we're going to be right back. We're going to bring Darin on, the coordinator and from MARVAC, and thank him for bringing us in here and take a little break and be right back. Andy, go ahead and.
All right.
Thanks for coming on and doing that segment with me, buddy. And we'll be right back. All right, we're back here with Darin, the show coordinator for MARVAC. Thank you so much for bringing us back.
Thank you for being here.
Look who's with us, Smokey the Bear. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. We saw a lot of you up on our 2-week trip up into the UP. It was fun. Darin, thanks for bringing us back and giving us the tickets to do the giveaway. It was a fantastic giveaway.
Thank you for being here.
Everybody's made it. This grand prize winner had a great time this morning with the private tour, so that worked out well. She really enjoyed not having to go in and out without having to wait for people to clear.
Absolutely.
So it was fun. So I think we're going to go for season 2. We're going to continue the show, and hopefully we'll be back in February.
That'd be great.
Big show for you guys then?
Absolutely. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of this show right now, and we're very excited for obviously the remaining of the camping season that still exists. Campgrounds are probably open for another 3 weeks, the end of October, celebrating Halloween.
Yep.
And again, we want everyone to focus on 2020. What are the opportunities here in Michigan to come out to both the private and the state campgrounds and really explore pure Michigan?
Right. And after this broadcast is over, you come in later tonight or tomorrow. Also, make sure you check out some of the campgrounds that are here. They're out of Florida.
Absolutely. We have a number of campgrounds here from Florida that are trying to attract those residents of Michigan that perhaps are going to be leaving for a few months while the cold settles in. But it's a great opportunity to get an idea of the campsites that exist at our southern sister states, if you will.
Yeah, exactly, and that brings up a great point because my folks are doing something right now, but they're going to want to do something different. So they actually thought of getting an RV and going to Florida, but didn't really have the knowledge of where to go. So I might send them up here later. I got some tickets left from Will Call still, so I'll send them up tomorrow, and they can come visit those campgrounds. So they'll have a future to figure out, everything that's going on down in Florida as far as camping goes, because they want to be snowbirds now.
Yeah, and for those people that really want to have that duality, it's a great opportunity to come and check out some properties that are going to be a little warmer in nature, and be a great place for people to visit while they're not in Michigan.
Excellent,
of course, we want you in Michigan.
Well, absolutely. It's MARVAC is the Michigan. That's the biggest part of the show. But expanding that opportunity to our sister state, our sister Sunshine State, is really cool. So that's going to about wrap us up here from MARVAC. Smokey, thanks for coming by. I know you're a busy man. Darin, thank you so much for having us again.
Quick note, we are celebrating Smokey's 75th birthday this year.
Oh man!
So it's a milestone for Smokey, 75 years.
75 years. I had the privilege of meeting Smokey back in February when we were here, and I'm even blessed to have sitting in my booth right here on the show. So thanks for taking the time, and we're going to go ahead and end the show right here with our friend Darin and Smokey, and we'll see you guys hopefully at our next broadcast coming up real soon here.
Thanks for being here.
Yep. Thanks. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.